Lately, it seems like all the packages I get come with a story attached, and this one is no different. However, I don't want to connect the the tale of woe that goes along with this package. So first, let's just see if we can completely destroy the packaging, because the glue is once again stronger than the actual packing material, so it's just easier to rip this all apart to reveal what's inside. Now, this was a project that I backed, and I didn't get a notification on Kickstarter or anything that this project was running, but I did have a few people that I know and trust online saying, hey, I know this guy, why don't you check out his Kickstarter? And I appreciate getting recommendations like that from people that I know and trust, and so I went and I looked at this. Now, you see nothing on the side, so you're still kind of in the dark maybe unless you ordered it yourself. Let's travel over here and look at the front cover of a game written by, as you can see, John Dodd, called Quest. And what Quest asks you to imagine is that after a long and brutal war in classical fantasy realm, what would it be like if there were an invasion, perhaps a technological invasion, from another plane of existence? Okay, so what we're looking at is a fantasy RPG, one in which, according to the author, the restrictions on character and what you do with them have been, as far as system will allow, removed. This is not a game where you have to pick a particular class. You define together what it is that you're going to play in this realm that has been put before us. It's a pretty big challenge, really. Now, as we go through the book, sharp-eyed viewers are going to note that there's sparing use of color here and there, but then they may have already noted that some of the pages themselves are colored. That gives you a hint, just a hint, of the level of care and dedication and love and personal identification that's going into this project from its creator. How can we make it as easy to get into and enjoy this game as possible? And I think that only makes sense because the creator, John Dodd, is known as being an active participant in conventions, organizing and running games at conventions. And so, with that background in mind, as you go through this game and the way that it attempts to communicate its basic ideas to you, and the approach it takes in grounding you in this new fantasy world and this particular way to play, you have that sense that someone wants you to join them around the table. We're all a group of strangers. We all want to play together. How can we do that and get into the action of play as quickly as possible? And so it's a nice feeling as you go through this book. This was produced print on demand as a result of the Kickstarter. We were all sent out PDFs, and then later Drive-Thru sent most of us print copies, those of us who had backed at that level. And that's where the problem arose. Now, the problem did not arise with anything that the project manager did. It was purely a glitch, a technical glitch, nobody's fault, on Drive-Thru's end. And as I said, I will be talking about my personal experiences with customer service and Drive-Thru in a different video. If I forget, and you've watched this video, remind me. But what I'd like to say is that the creator also experienced the same glitch when he went to send, to trigger Drive-Thru to send my physical product to me. He could not. And my experience in the past with different projects out there is that people throw their hands up and say, I'm sorry I couldn't send it to you, maybe you can figure out how to get it yourself. But not this creator. this creator let me know he was having difficulty, apologized, and then arranged to get a hold of physical copies for himself, which he then sent on to me at his own expense, and I really appreciated that. So, this is Quest. Something new, something friendly, and maybe something for you to consider if you're looking for a new fantasy game to play.